What is up, everybody, and welcome back to 2 Times the Grind, and welcome to episode 46. Today, we have coffee. It's been a while.
It has been a while.
It's been quite a few weeks since we've had some coffee to actually try out and test, and excited to be bringing you a bag from New Jersey. First time both of us have ever been to this coffee shop, Agnello's. This we picked up actually in store. We actually had also a cappuccino while we were there today. So this is our second cup of coffee today. Yeah. We picked up a whole bean dark roast from Costa Rica. It's meant to be sweet, citrus, and savory with cocoa notes as well. So going to be trying that out today. You know we love a dark roast over here.
We'll have to get some coffee when we go to Salt Lake City. Get a bag or two, won't we?
Do you know, I actually love that we've been doing that and bringing back bags from the areas that we've been traveling for Halo, which is actually really cool.
Did we review the ones that we got in Texas?
Yeah.
Yeah, we did, right?
Oh, yeah.
We did. Those are great.
We did. I mean, it feels like a while ago, but we have been doing an episode every single week.
Yeah.
To be fair, we only missed 1 week when we were sick.
Yeah. It kind of blends together. I think that's because we're doing a lot of them and then short turnaround.
It's nice. You did a good job brewing that.
Thank you.
Tastes really good.
I know what I'm doing.
Yeah. Yeah, you do. You do now. Kinda. You do now. No, you really do.
Shout out, Brav. Say it every time. Didn't know.
Massive shout out to Brav, yeah. Well, we will let you know what we think of the coffee at the end of the episode, but hopefully you guys are sipping along with us and having your early morning coffee, whether it's on the run to school for the kids or whether it's on the way to college or whether it's on the way to work or you're just chilling in the morning. But it's nice to have you guys joining along with us. We're actually going to kick things off with some Call of Duty to begin this episode.
Big news yesterday.
Before we get into the meat of the questions you guys have been giving us on Twitter, we're actually going to talk about some of the roster mania that's happening around the Call of Duty scene. And let's just kick it off with the big one to begin with. Like, why not? Yeah. Obviously, OpTic Pred has happened. Something that has been kind of rumored for a very long time, even at the end of last season, even throughout the whole of last season. OpTic Pred was something that was just said over and over again in the Twitch chat, amongst fans, on social media, on the timeline, and it's happened. It's coming to fruition. I have a question surrounding that actually before we get into like why this is such a cool pickup and stuff. I think a lot of people would probably already know that, but it's funny how things happen, right? This was called for a long time by fans and people who wanted to see this. Is there an element, do you think, obviously knowing Pred is one of the best players in the game without question, apart from that and aside from that, the fact that fans want that so bad, and I feel like OpTic is the type of org to pick up somebody because this is what the collective fans want and this would be hype and this would be exciting and kind of bring the right type of refresh back to their squad and their roster because it's something that has been wanted by so many. Do you feel like there is an element of that to the pickup as well?
Yes and no. I think that he has been such an incredible player where, so like, you know, the rumor goes back to last year because he actually kind of like, I don't want to say he leaked it, but it was kind of a leak because people were like, oh, we didn't really know that. We knew that he was about to be going to OpTic last year. People got really hyped for that.
Yes.
I say leaked a little bit that it was actually going to be a trade for Dashy when everything was kind of going on. People were like, whoa, like I didn't know that was like what was about to happen. So it's interesting, you know, so I think there's a little bit of both. I think there's a little bit of, I think that he earned his spot without question, obviously being one of the best for like 2 years now. You know, he's earned that hype. And then the other thing is, like Hex, you know, Hex and the Green Wall, you know, have a really tight relationship to where I think Hex knows, obviously it's not solely Hex's decision. I'm sure the players have a big say on what's going to happen too, but you know, Hex is the man. He knows, he just knows how to continue to grow his fan base and the OpTic fan base. And I think he knows, you know, like he tries to give everybody what they want. Again, I think it's first things first is he's an incredible player, arguably one of the best players in the game. And then second is the showmanship of trying to make your fans happy, you know?
I can't help but imagine, because I don't know this for sure. This is just me, you know, I don't know, imagining things. But I imagine in OpTic that there's almost like a little Call of Duty council that they go to for changes like this. And it's, you know, like might be Hex, who's kind of heading that, but then there's Scump on there and Methods, and then the team. Who else would you imagine who's on that like kind of small Call of Duty council
Maniac.
to make decisions?
No, I'm just joking. No offense, Nick.
We love Nick, but I don't know if he's on that council.
Hey, listen, he was a sub on the Mutineers. All right.
True. Oh my God, I remember that. So that's when I was
That's why
there.
I said him, because I was like,
hell?
he technically was in the league. You know?
He actually was though,
Yeah,
legit.
I don't know, you know, Hex, Scump, Methods, obviously the team, probably like Embo's. Embo's obviously a great player in his own right.
100%.
I'm not sure after that. I mean, Hitch, obviously, in terms of the content side, you know, like
content. I mean, Hitch in terms of the content side, but also Hitch actually knows his shit when it comes to college. He's involved. Like, he's involved heavily, obviously, on the fan side, and like he knows exactly how to, like you said, the content side, but to get fans going and to bring hype. But I think also just like in general, there's a lovely little fly there. Can you just go away? Did you see that? Oh my God! Summer, everyone. Welcome to summer. Head. These flies. But I think, you know, in terms of his knowledge of Call of Duty, it also is unmatched in a certain sense. Like he's been there, played, seen competitively, watched every single iteration of Call of Duty, you know, from its inception pretty much. You know, he's one of the OGs.
He started with UMG content and like just wrapping around the competitive scene. Like literally he's been just ingrained in the competitive scene for a long time. When I say content, because I think he is a master at content.
Unbelievable master.
Yeah. And like him and Hex specifically are literally two of the best I've ever seen when it comes to content and again, hyping up the fans, knowing what the fans want, and then delivering. And I think that's why I said content for him. But yeah, no knock to his competitive knowledge, obviously. Yeah. He's incredible.
They have some really cool, exciting stuff coming up as well with kind of throwback tournaments that they've done before, TST, Team Summertime. That's going to be so fun to watch. I remember tuning in last year, absolutely incredible. So I'm really actually looking forward to a lot of the stuff that Hitch is cooking up with his squad and with his TST boys. But... yeah,
OpTic
back
Pred.
to OpTic Pred. I mean, OpTic is such a unbelievable organization. There's so many layers to it. It's actually easy to get lost in different discussions on them. But OpTic Pred is going to be a massive discussion for such a long time now. And obviously going into the season, I expect this team, also with the addition of Kenny, to be so good.
Yeah.
Like, this is actually a really scary team. I think Pred has been such a vital part of teams that he's been on in terms of the skill level and how dangerous teams are when they have Pred on them, that I think a combination of Kenny, him, Shotzi and Dashi is, I think, terrifying.
Yeah.
That is a great team.
Absolutely.
You know, you could
talent,
look at every single one of those players and have an argument for why they in their own right are one of the best players in the game.
100%.
So yeah, that is a terrifying combination.
I don't know if they are going to, this is like a hot take, but not a hot take. So like, bear with me, but like, I don't know if they're planning on bringing, because obviously, like, you know, the whole thing with Rambo happened last year. You know, I love Ray, so I'm glad there's rumors of him finding another spot, and I'm sure he's going to do great wherever he goes. But I hope with OpTic, I hope that, obviously I root for Faze and OpTic mainly, you know, and understandably so with my history of playing with OG and, you know, now Faze.
Naturally.
I hope that they bring in, I don't know. I don't know whether they definitely need someone or not, but like I think it'd be really cool to see some of them bring in a coach, like a new coach. They had their I think his name is, I'm blanking on his name. I think his name is JP, who was their like became their coach.
Yeah.
And to be fair, he was doing a great job with them, but I think it'd be cool to see him work with somebody else. The only reason I say that is because I feel like I've seen a lot of influence that, like, you know, Sender is getting a lot of attention of how vocal he was on the team and stuff like that. And I think, with how good those players are, I think sometimes it'd be nice to have someone like that, you know, someone like a Sender or, you know.
What happened to Karma?
Oh, you know what? I'm completely blanking. Karma. Well, so this is the thing.
Is he continuing
I
on?
don't know. And that's what I hope. I actually don't know that. And
I don't know.
That would be like a perfect fit.
Right.
Let me
exactly.
say, that's actually a great point. Thank you for reminding me, because he was kind of, but not really, coaching last year.
Yeah, I mean, he only literally coached the last, champs, right?
No, but
basically. The one before.
No, but he said he didn't really do
his
anything
debut as a coach was the major before.
Yeah.
However, wasn't quite like he wasn't paced as a coach right then. Like he wasn't really involved.
He said it was really
so much. It was just
cool
more like
thing to do.
That was just like it happened to be them announcing him, and then Champs was when he was technically coaching.
But like obviously
correctly.
at that point you're so far ingrained into this season, like he's just not going to have.
I was about to say, what kind of impact are you honestly going to have at that point in the season, even a major before, which he wasn't. But
you can't, because either so many fundamentals are already built. To break that down before
so much
one
easier
event,
picking up 2 players.
Yeah.
And having a much more of a refreshed team than anything else, because you now have an impact on the team. The whole dynamic of that team with 2 new players is different, is without question. I mean, you know this. Your dynamic without TJ bringing Renegade on is completely different.
Yeah,
I mean,
different.
Some people may look at it from the outside and go, well, you got 3 players the same.
No,
it's
so different.
Totally different.
We have to prepare a whole different way.
Completely
we have to
different.
strategize a whole different way. I mean,
it changes almost every single one of you on the team,
Yeah.
if anything. So the fact that there's 2 there for OpTic, I mean, it is a completely different type of team that Karma will now be able to
hopefully
support in the way that they need support from a coach.
He'd be a perfect fit.
And what a better coach than bloody Karma.
Yeah, he would be a perfect fit. That's kind of like what I was alluding to. It's like, I think he would be a perfect fit. I would really like someone who has that experience, that has that respect. And like Damon, if you guys follow CDL and have followed COD history, you've seen like he is a leader in his own right. Obviously, he's never necessarily been the most vocal on his team, but like there's been plenty of moments through Call of Duty history where he like kind of has like a freak out, like, and it's always about something that they need to do really badly. And like, that's actually what you need. You need someone to be like, yo, like we're not blocking spawns. And like, he goes off about it, but it's actually like, it's actually like a really important aspect to a team. Cause if you're just too chill about everything, like you're just actually not going to improve at the rate that other people are.
This actual fly is bugging me. I hate flies, by the way. I'm so sorry to he will not go away. It could be a she.
You gonna be okay?
It's pissing me off.
I know. It's okay.
Powerful fly. I actually hate flies so much.
She's the Terminator.
I really dislike flies a lot, and he's just staring at me from the end of the table. Oh my god, I'm not joking. You were talking, and I just saw him crawling up my mic, and I was like, "What the hell?" Honestly, fly, like, can you just go away?
Oh my god.
Go bother someone else. There's piles of dog poo outside. Can you just go to those? Why are you here? Is it because we're talking shit?
The fact that he's just chilling. Right,
yeah, you stay right there. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, we'll talk about other teams now, but super cool change. I'm excited. They didn't release the process yet, which is going to be like, I think.
Oh, I saw the not advert, but like the little trailer for it. Commercial.
Because that's what they were supposed to do to release it, but then they said change of plans. I didn't get to catch. They did the breakdown, like with Scump and Methods. I saw like clips of interviews. I didn't get to watch the whole thing. I admittedly need to go watch it.
I love how the breakdown has been also nominated for an award this year for esports. Awards. Cool. Yeah,
awesome.
That's really cool.
That's so cool.
And Scump as Stream of the Year nomination as well.
I mean, I killed it from player to just incredible streamer. I mean, he's already been an incredible streamer.
I know.
But
I've lost where the things are.
How did that?
The rosters. I don't know. I opened it and it went. There we go. Thank you.
I got you.
We talked a lot about OpTic now, but very excited about this team. I think Kenny is an incredible talent, by the way. Just to mention, OpTic Pred, forever, love that.
Most anticipated.
Yeah, obviously.
For sure.
But Kenny, I think, is a massive surprise to a lot of people coming onto OpTic, but I think he is a phenomenal addition, obviously. A world champion and just fantastic, honestly. I think he's a brilliant player. I always have, actually, for a very long time.
He'll have a little chip on his shoulder, I'm sure, because they had a couple different options that they wanted over him. And again, he's an incredible talent, but
you could take it as like fueling him to prove why he was the better option out of all of them.
That's what I said. I think he's going to have a little chip on his shoulder going into the year, because I think he'll want to prove a lot. I say people are wrong, but people were just really hyped about a couple other ARs, I say ARs, but a couple other pickups, I should say. Sorry, I didn't mean ARs. I think he's going to be. I think he's going to be a big time.
So there's a couple of different changes here, which I think a lot of people are going to be like surprised about, and these are obviously rumored and some confirmed. So the confirmed teams are Faze, Abizi Simp, Celium, Drazah.
Yeah, Celium.
It's just my stupid accent. Celium, sorry, stupid accent.
It was cute. No, it was cute the way you said it.
I think we knew because Sasha had been dropped pretty instantly. Drazah honestly is a little bit of a like surprise to me.
Yeah,
joining Faze. Well, I actually am surprised by that.
And they had beef obviously before.
Yeah, and it's not even about the beef. I think it's just about the fit. It's like for me, it's like the fit, and and Drazah's a fantastic player. Don't get me wrong. It's just I don't know. There was something that I was like, oh, okay, but like. I just think it's because Drazah has been, like you said, so far removed from Faze and like the beef that they've kind of had, etc. You know, but I know I was kind of surprised by that one. And then
he chose Faze over OpTic.
Yeah, I know.
Which was I think the big, like whoa, like you know, because not a lot of people turn down an offer from OG, let alone Call of Duty OpTic. Like that's like it's pretty insane, but. I think at the end of the day, Faze are so, he said it. It's like, how do you not join that trio? It's a really, really like, wow, I'll
give you like a hot take on it.
Go ahead.
And this is just me having a genuine hot take. And it's not like meant to intend to like, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Always got to just say something before a hot take,
She tries to make it all nice. Like,
But
it's a hot take. Let it fly. It's fine.
Okay, this is not me. This is not me trying to be like, oh, this team is rubbish. It's not that. I think Drazah saw two options that were obviously extremely good and had to weigh them in a certain way. One was weighed in the way of like, well, OpTic have a lot of like social riz and they are huge in terms of career makers and they are brilliant for exposure. They really are. And I think in terms of the talent on OpTic, although fantastic, and you have again, like I said, arguably some of the best players in the world on that team. I think the difficult part about that was Drazah and many others have seen some of the best players in the world. Like you had Hook on that team, you had Shotzi on that team, you've had Illy on that team, you've had so many different players who were absolutely incredible, but they couldn't quite get it together at certain times, and I think that could be slightly off-putting. Whereas Faze, Abizi, Simp, and Celium are battle tested, tried and tested in multiple titles. They have got the most incredible track record with transitioning between titles and staying at the absolute top of the game without fail, without question, without falling. That is so difficult to do in Call of Duty titles that if I was also Drazah and I had the option, I'd have to think about what I want more. Do I want to try and make a run with the team and see if it'll work and you're not actually sure of the outcome, or go with a team that have genuinely proven that they can play at the best of the best ability no matter what the title, and usually with any fourth, to be honest. They've had so many different fourths, this team. I mean, it is one of those things where it's like, that's a kind of weighed option. It's like,
I don't even think
I don't know. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't even think that's that hot of a take. No? I'm sure people listening that follow CDL would agree. It's just, you're going in, it's a known scenario to an unknown scenario, and he chose the more known situation. And because it's like you said, that's really, it's a hot take because it's like,
it's a hot take because I'm not trying to say that OpTic are terrible or going to be terrible or they're the worst option. They're not.
No one's taking it that way.
It's more of the
known versus unknown.
Yeah,
100%.
Facts.
They went through a lot of changes last year, into more changes now this year. It's just a big time decision. There's two incredible orgs to pick between. He chose the trio, and a lot of people said if you're looking for, I don't want to say immediate success, but like maybe a better % chance of success in terms of like without seeing the game and seeing stuff come out, like that trio is very battle tested, battle proven, like you said. So
it's unbelievable. Hopefully the camera's not picking this fool up, but I love how you could probably take that out of context and chuck that. Hopefully we're not picking this fool up. That could be very much out of context, talking about CDL Rostermania. Interesting conversations though, on decisions being made and having to be made by players. I think it's actually really cool because we're almost diving into the realms of like traditional sports pickups and players having to make decisions based on offers of teams and stuff. And that's really interesting that we have players having to make a choice. That's really cool.
Well, that's the league. It's the league structure, isn't it? It makes it that way.
Ultra also confirmed Scrap, Kleenex, Insight, Envoy. I mean, again, just kind of want to see that and see how it works out and see how it happens. I think Envoy is always going to be a good pickup.
Yeah.
He's a fantastic player.
Could be a big time pickup for them.
Yeah,
you know?
he really could be. But yeah, I think again, just want to see how that looks
They're
as a team.
They're always like in the mix. Obviously, they've won plenty of events now, but yeah, I think they're looking for something that's going to like push them over the, obviously push them over the edge to be the undisputed best team. So we'll see.
Then we got our partially confirmed teams. We had OpTic, which is now confirmed, but then Breach, Snoopy, Slasher, Priestah, and looking for that fourth.
It's announced already.
Is it? Has it been announced?
Yeah, it's Capsule.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Subliners. This one.
The Boston Breach team
has Subliners been announced fully?
No, that's I'm pretty sure it's announced that Priestah's gone.
Yes,
but I don't think
we don't know who technically
it's a rumor.
If it's Sib or not.
Well,
okay.
I mean, like it is and it isn't.
Yeah. You've seen that fly again.
I thought you were like, I thought you were just eyeing me like just like
no,
really.
it's the fly.
I know.
I hate it. So yeah, Subliners, Hydra Kismet Skies. I think that's one where I feel like a lot of people could actually be shocked by.
Yeah. Well, it's a big change after
you
winning.
just won champs. So you clearly you look at that as a competitor yourself, obviously different title, different FPS game. Do you look at there was something fundamentally wrong that they felt that they couldn't get over with said individual dropping Priestah like that? Or because I've actually seen a lot of tweets. I think obviously farming impressions, but like, who's the most underrated Call of Duty player?
Yeah.
And loads of people say Priestah.
Yeah. He's got a lot of wins.
No, exactly. But then he's been dropped straight after winning champs. So, if you look at that as a competitor, what are you seeing? Obviously, this again is just gauging a guess. But like, what are you seeing? Like personality clashes? Are you seeing because surely it's not an actual performance thing. You just won.
It could be a combo of both. Like it could be a little bit of like, who knows how their practices were going. Maybe they thought that they would personality wise get better with obviously the rumor pick up a Sib. Performance wise, they won 3 events this year. I mean, it's pretty tough to beat that. In the CDL format, I mean, every team is so good in the format. So to win 3 and 2P at the end of the year and win champs, it's a pretty big time move. Yeah, I just think it could be a combo of both. They didn't, and to be honest with you, he actually went on a podcast and talked about it. They didn't give him an answer. They just no one said anything to him, and it just kind of happened. He said it started with it started with a contract thing for him. He wasn't really happy with his deal, but then it turned into apparently the players, and the coaches, I assume, chose to go a different direction. And they'd never really, that's one of the things he said. They were like, is there any bad blood? I think it was Ben who asked him, said is there any bad blood with it? And he just said I don't think he said yes, but he was also he hasn't really talked to them. They never really said anything to him. It's interesting. But the one thing I will say that's interesting about Call of Duty is that you're going to another game. So I guess even though you win this year, I guess you could just say you got to toss up your options because you're going to a new game for the next one. I mean, that's the scary part for me about team changes is you don't actually know. You're just making really rough guesstimates of who you think is going to fit well onto your team. Based on play styles and personalities and stuff. But then you play the game, you see it every time at the start of the year, everyone starts changing because they need different, it didn't work out the way you thought it would work. So it's really interesting. It's a big time change because you just won champs in 3 events, but we'll see.
Yeah, very big time changes. There's a lot of big changes happening to Call of Duty teams this season. I'm really excited about it.
What do you think about it? Are you
the Priestah?
Yeah, Priestah. Are you just kind of won't know until we see it kind of thing, or good move? I mean, obviously Sib's incredible.
It could be the fact that they felt like they had a workhorse and he's great and proven, but they wanted the young calf to just pop off. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's terrible analogy. They might have heard rumors of other teams and thought, we need to have a little bit of a change. And we need to pick up someone who's going to have a bit of fire under them, who wants to prove themselves, who wants to work really, really hard. And someone who's moldable in that sense of if Kismet says something and he wants something done in particular on a map, a strat, whatever it is, a call out, he hopefully would know that he'd follow it or whatever. I don't know. It could be all sorts of things, but maybe some of the rumored teams which look like they're going to absolutely fry. I mean, Faze and OpTic, terrifying to be quite frankly, to be quite frank with you, excuse me. So yeah, I don't know. It could
Toronto
be that, could be
scary,
needing a little bit of a refresh, you
Yeah.
know, with a lot of teams making some very scary changes and additions. But we're going to move back over to us now.
Okay.
We finished on COD.
Q&A
we
time.
like to, we go quite far on COD.
Yeah.
A lot of the time we get lost in it, which I love. But
Well, there's so many things to dive into with it.
there's tons of things.
Scump
to
was
dive
thinking
into.
about coming back.
I know. I don't know if that's true or not.
No, he
but
said it. He said
legit.
it.
No, I saw that as well, but is it legit?
From him?
I don't know. I think he's just gaslighting
It's literally
everyone.
from him. No,
He could be gaslighting everyone.
he said he thought about it. Said he missed it. Said he thought about it.
It's if a Call of Duty is a good title.
Yeah, he
probably would.
basically said like, I kind of get what he said, to be honest. He basically said like, he didn't make it through the whole year this year. He's like, I have that drive and that fire right now. And he's like, but if I get through the midway point again next year, like I just don't want to go through the whole thing again.
Yeah.
So
No, that makes
I just thought it would have been cool to see him come back. But I also
obviously
really,
it would be cool. He's
Yeah.
scump.
yeah, I know.
That's
I love him as a streamer though too. Though, to be fair, I watch his stream all the time.
yeah.
So.
He is. So do I. I know you have up. I always say it's up.
Yeah.
All right. So you guys, we asked you to write in some questions for us or topics to discuss because, to be honest, the time before LAN, we like sharing our thoughts, of course, about the pools and the teams, which we actually have done with the Rostermania. But I personally don't like to give too much away because I want to make sure that I'm talking about some of this on the desk and I'm not repeating it. Because at the end of the day, I do have a career that I have to try and continue and keep. However, these questions and topics are great. So thank you for writing in if you did. We'll start things off with Bloodlust.
Okay.
Yes, favorite venue for LAN and why? What's your favorite been?
Favorite venue for LAN? Oh wow. Do you have one? Will I think of mine?
This is hard because I'm about to get called out by some of my producers otherwise because I feel like I'm going to hurt some feelings.
I'm trying to think for myself too, because I mean we've played at so many great places. I really don't know if I have like I know it's like I wish I had a great answer, but I just don't. Like most of the venues to me all are like kind of the same ish. I like okay, I don't have a favorite venue. I have favorite locations.
Yes, go on.
Like a California event's always really cool, mainly because I love the weather.
Hold on, what about like the smaller parts for you, like the details, like having your own private rooms and stuff?
Yeah,
you love that.
stuff, yeah, but that's not venue. I mean, I guess that is kind of venue.
Like, did you like Arlington because of that?
At the OpTic major, yeah. We overall, I mean, we weren't given a specific room, but like we still had our own area. I talked about that in the last podcast. I do love that. So for sure, I wouldn't say it makes my favorite, like, but for sure. I think that's a big thing for me though. Like if I can get my own space or my team's own space. Another big thing is like location of like feeling safe, as crazy as that sounds, but we're in a crazy world. And then good food and good weather. I don't really have a favorite though. So I'm sorry, Bloodlust. Do you have any? What about favorite location? Let's go with that. Instead of
so hard because I don't know. I don't know about favorite LAN.
You've been to so many places.
I know.
Do you have a favorite place to go to?
Favorite place I've been to?
Yeah. You know what? Really, I could pick in terms of favorite place. It might be like the London event that I went to. Like honestly, in 2018, because it was the first time that I'd ever traveled out of the country. So I would maybe go with that. If I could pick one, I would go with that. And it wasn't really about the venue as much as it about.
Because you went on a date.
Yeah, we did go on it. That was our first date.
I would not be picking London.
Yeah. Well, you've been there plenty.
I've been there plenty of times, yeah. I don't know. It might honestly be NOLA.
Yeah.
New Orleans was so fun.
Yeah.
That was, New Orleans was really fun for me. I mean, that was my first ever LAN hosting for Halo, like desk hosting for Halo. Halo. Sorry. It's like I haven't had coffee today. Oh my God. And also we got to hang out a lot
We
too.
did.
So like, I don't know, I have like personal memories attached to certain events and things. So
Yeah.
I think that's what sways me in certain directions. But I did find Nola
That's why
really
I changed
cool.
the question up a
I
little
know.
bit. Bloodlust, sorry to change your question.
Yeah.
But London for me and Nola for you. Those are like really,
say that.
those are like really rough.
It's hard.
Answers,
It's
'cause I
hard.
wouldn't even-
But also, like there are certain things that I'm picturing in my head of certain different lands
Yeah.
that I've been to, and I'm like, oh, that was that was really nice. I like that. And then I'm like, where the hell was that? I can't remember because a lot of it, I'm in a black massive room that's
Yeah.
so dark, and I
Probably-
actually can't
probably
remember.
Texas.
I can't correlate between what's out. Well, not this
I'm
year, but
just joking.
I can't correlate what was outside. I forget. All right, Ben. Oh, Benjamin. What's your favorite thing about each other? We actually never been asked this.
Yeah.
What's your favorite thing about me? Oh God, I'm nervous.
Why'd you be nervous? Why'd you be nervous of that?
I don't know, because I'm nervous about answering. yours.
Favorite thing about you? I mean, Jesus, the list goes on. If I had to pick one, there's so many things to pick from. If I had to pick one, I'd say probably just like the support that we have for each other, and like for you, to me specifically, it's always been like, just from the second we met, it was, I don't know. It's so corny.
That's really sweet.
It's so funny because I literally said to you yesterday, remember I was like, I wanted to like make a recipe of something, and like, look, I don't cook, like I don't cook much, I should say. But I sent a lot. And I was like, oh, wouldn't this be good?
Yeah.
And like, we just went to the store. She was like, let's go to the store and get it. And it's like stuff like that. I just think is like, I love how free flowing you are. Yeah, I was thinking of the word. And like I said, supportive in terms of, we have a lot of talks about our life and career, and we both support each other in a really awesome way, which I think, I hope other
You're so
people
sweet.
get to also experience in their lives.
That's very sweet, babes.
Why are you making us cringe, Ben? Come
I
on.
know, Ben. Well, I have a very long list of what I love about you. A very long list. Like, it's embarrassingly long. So many things. But if I'm going to try not to be a real cringe lord.
Yeah, keep it.
I'm going to try and
Keep it dialed back.
So I'm just going to, I don't have a favorite, but I'll give you one of the top ones. One of the big ones. It's got to be the fact that you have so much respect for people, like an unfounded amount of respect for so many people. No matter like how, I don't know, like disrespectful they could be to you or other people, the respect that you have for everyone, your competitors, people who are mean, trolls, your chat, your parents, your family, your friends, it is really quite incredible to see that you have the patience of a saint when it comes to being respectful in certain ways, and the respect that you have for me and you had for me when we were first dating. I never felt like you were, coming across too strong and stuff. Like, you're just a very respectful person. And I think
I'm sure there's some people in Twitch chat who would disagree with you.
no, you're very even if you're
somebody's calling a roast in Twitch chat.
I know,
would
but
not
even
agree.
if say you have to roast somebody in Twitch
joking.
chat, which is very rare, but
Yeah.
say you do, you still do it in a respectful way.
Yeah.
Unless you call them an effing idiot, which you don't do. But
in my defense, with what she said, you had to be really dumb for me.
you'd have to be really, really bad for him to say that. But I just think you just have
appreciate
a
it.
lot of respect for a lot of people.
Thank you. I try to.
Even when it's difficult too. And I love that about you way more than I do. No, come on. Sing some of the things that I have a very short fuse.
Fuses, yeah.
Well, no,
You respect. You're great about it. What do you
no,
mean?
I know, but I just mean that, like, even when we're having private conversations, I'm like, I'm popping off, and he's like, well, and he'll like weigh up the options, and this isn't private conversations where he doesn't need, if that wasn't genuinely how he feels, he would say, but he genuinely has like respect for people that I'm just like, God damn it, like, what a dirtbag.
Yeah. I try looking for the best in people, even in scenarios that I probably don't.
I love that.
I don't need to.
I just love that about you. I think it's really, really lovely and sweet. And I think when you become a dad one day, it's a great trait for our kids to learn from you.
You're so cute.
It's true.
Next
anyway,
question,
cringe
Ben. Come
gone
on.
over. Cringe is out. You can now resume the podcast, everyone. Saichi.
The homie.
I don't know why I said it like that, but just every time I read your name, it's Saichi. Over the course of your career, what was your favorite city to visit during an event and why? Oh my God, I cannot believe it. Bloodlust and Saichi working together and you don't even know it. You don't even know it.
To be fair, Bloodlust asked a different question.
Yeah. Well, true.
We just changed it.
I mean, it's kind of the same.
It is kind of the same.
It's kind of the same.
But Saichi, sorry to answer your question already without saying your name first, but we did give the answer.
Sorry about that, but some love to Saichi. We love you. All in Juan. Love that name, by the way. Favorite behind the scenes LAN moment / story that not many people know about. Oh, let me have a little thing. You got one?
I really don't.
Sugar.
I really don't. I'm sorry. I'm so boring.
A favorite story. God, I have probably tons, but it's like trying to rack my brain.
That's how I feel too. I mean, I'm definitely more boring. With me, it's like I can't think of.
I remember one time Wes put Dan in a trash can behind the stage. I like dunked him in the trash can, I'm pretty sure. That was quite memorable.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. I'm going to come back to it. I'm going to have a little think and see if I can.
My favorite memory, this is so corny again. I'm so pause and skip this now for me. My favorite memory behind the scenes would have been the first time that we started like dating or talking.
Well, yeah.
Obviously.
There's that. Let's not be obvious.
But that's behind the scenes though, because we didn't tell anyone we were dating for like a year.
Yes, we did not. We did not. We had to make sure it was legit, which it is, and it was right from the beginning. But
2 dogs in a house later and getting married, I'd say it was.
No, but you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying. Like before we announced it to the world and stuff like that, and also like making sure Halo is really happy with like how we were handling it in the process and that type of thing.
Yeah. Well, we wanted to make sure we were serious enough.
Which, by the way, Halo's the matchmaker. And quite literally, Tashi was the matchmaker. I'm not saying like, oh, Halo's the matchmaker. Like, oh, we're both in Halo. No, legit. Tashi said for him to go for it. So don't know what else you need from that. I'm gonna have a little think about that one and come back to you because I do have some real bangers.
Resume.
I'll have to think about that. Okay, Drip. Who's your favorite pro player outside of the Faze squad?
I mean, I guess this is a question directly for me, I'm guessing. I mean,
that's hard.
Yeah, I mean, I would probably say TJ. Obviously, now that he's not on our team anymore. If I couldn't say Lethal, because obviously he is, I feel like he's just forever gonna be like a teammate to me. I'd probably go with APG or like. Well, okay. Let me say that. No, hold on. I need to say this too. I can't pick Jay.
No,
because Jay's he's now a professional player. He was a childhood friend first before that.
Okay, apart from Jay and TJ, like the obvious ones.
Yeah, I'd probably say like APG. I feel like. Hopefully, I'm not missing anybody. But I mean, I've been really good friends with APG for a really, really, really long time. So, and obviously we got the team together now. So yeah.
Okay. Gonna hurt a lot of feelings.
Well, I have a lot of great friends, but I have a lot of great friends, but at the end of the day, APG is someone I go back to 2008 with him.
I'm only messing.
But no, hold on. The question, it was pro players, correct? Okay, I'm good.
Yeah.
Because I was thinking of like Wes and Sean, like, I'm thinking of like
current pro player.
Yeah, I'm thinking of a lot of people who I'm like, oh my God, I consider some of these guys like some of my best friends. But current pro player, I'd say APG. I think it's fair. But could you think of anybody that I'm leaving out in that?
Yeah. But that's the thing about a favorite, isn't it? It's hard, isn't it? You don't have a favorite.
Yeah, I don't.
You know what I mean?
What's someone you're thinking
of? Jimbo, Barcode, Collect.
Yeah.
There's loads of people that you like, but I understand about like APG, like you've teamed with APG, like you go back. Yeah. So like I get that. Yeah. Eco, B, Brayden, B.
Stellar. True.
There's
a lot of people. It's tough. Tough question.
That's a really tough question. I mean, Bound's got all your merch.
You just got the hat. But
Bound's in Hot Snake Summer, like all summer long. You know what I mean? By the way, shout out Hot Snake Summer. Pick up some now.
Tolik's got a hat too.
Shout out Tolik. Also in Hot
SB
Snake
Classic.
Summer merch.
Gotta go with the Classic. APG's a good answer for me because obviously of everything I said.
I do not have a favorite because I'm not biased. Okay.
Despite what?
Despite what people say, there's a rumor going around that I'm marrying a pro player. Don't know what people are talking about, quite honestly. But I'm not biased. Boris the Carver says, thoughts on changing the format and why HCS won't do it when all the teams agree. I cannot make a comment on that, but maybe you can answer why a change of format would be a good idea.
I think I had this argument in my Twitch chat because some people are saying that they think the change could be like a potential boring change. But the thing that I would say that I like about the change is I just think is it gives more competitors a longer, I don't know what the word would be, but not more incentive, but like, you know, you have a lot of these teams like Mind Freak, for example, coming over from Australia. You know, pool play is tough because you're getting put in some of the best pools, like, you know, obviously, and you're out. If you don't perform well and you're jet lagged, like you're out of the tournament. And I think it just takes away some of the like crazy runs that we've seen in esports. But at the same time, like I get it and I don't get it, only for the sense of I'd like for the change for the fact that I think it would probably be a little bit more fair, especially to international teams.
Yeah.
I think that's the easiest thing I can say, because I think that it'd be a lot more fair for international teams for a format change.
As for why HCS won't do it, no clue.
I don't have an answer for that.
None of us would know.
Oh, and the thing with that, and I'm not going to say anything terrible, but this is something that I'll agree with Tyler being Spartan, because he's a big advocate for it.
Yeah.
I do think it, and you do not have to comment. I know you won't comment.
I shall not.
Yeah. The big thing that is crazy to me is to have it for one event and not have it for any of the others. And I think that's kind of where his argument's coming in, is like, well, hey, you have this better format for everybody for this one tournament, which by the way is to qualify for Worlds, but then like for every other one, you don't have it. Like it doesn't, when you really think about it, it doesn't make sense. So I agree with Tyler in that sense. Agree. It was Spartan. Sorry.
Yeah. I mean, the only thing I'll say is that makes sense. I get it. I get that. If I had all the answers,
we haven't gotten,
I couldn't tell you, but I don't. So,
yeah.
Okay. Ethan, Phenom, talk us through that Game 5 Sanctuary Slayer, CLG versus Noble Black. I'm excited for this one. Story time.
Yeah, he was in my Twitch chat today. I mean, that's probably one of the craziest Game 5s you'll ever see. You know, obviously.
Set the table for us. What year? So CLG's are 2016?
2015.
2015. Holy smokes.
Yeah,
right.
2015. Season 1 finals? Yeah, season 1 finals. We're in Boston. We're Game 5 for top 2 versus Noble Black, losers bracket finals. I think it was losers bracket finals. My knowledge is
losers
really
bracket down.
Yeah, we lost to EG Game 5.
Classic.
Yeah, we didn't have ice against that team.
And did you not have TJ at that time either?
No, he was on EG.
EG, right?
He was a problem. We were down 2-0. In the series, we really kind of choked away the first two. No offense to that team no longer together. But we really kind of choked it away. Brought all the way back Game 5. We tie Game 5. So we do a 5-minute replay. We tie it again. Do another 5-minute replay. We tie it again.
What's going through your mind after the second tie?
I'm thinking, holy shit, can we close this out? That's what I'm thinking. I'm going, wow. Oh.
Who's doing the most talking on your team in terms of like an IGL like type of? It might not necessarily be a straightforward IGL, but like they're like, come on, boys, let's okay, come on, let's close this shit, come on, type of thing.
I think it was probably me.
Yeah.
Like okay. I mean, I was on a team with, I was teaming with Ogre 2 at the time, Matt and Richie Hines. I don't really remember. Like, I don't know if I was at that point yet where I would have been like, trying to game plan or hype us up. I really don't remember. I want to say it probably was me. Like, I just probably wouldn't shut up, but I don't really know.
I can't imagine that.
Huh.
You like, I don't know, having that energy. Like the not being able to shut up energy.
I'm very like we need to do this. Yeah. Like kind of, that's what I mean when I say I wouldn't shut up.
I feel like you need that though. In that situation.
Yeah, but I'm saying like I don't remember if at that time I did that exact same thing. I know I did it in practice, but I don't remember if I did it in a tournament.
I bet you did. If you did it in practice, then yeah.
We lost Game 2. We choked Game 2 and we went down. We lost Game 2 50-49. And I remember Matt, I won't do it because it's going to be too loud, but he like turned to us because he sat on the outside and he just starts smacking the desk over and over and over again. He's like, we're just choking, aren't we? Like he's like, we got to stop choking, like smacking the desk. To one of the behind the scenes thing, that is probably one of the fun. I remember like it was so bad because he was right, but I had to hold back laughing at the same time because it was so funny, but you got to obviously Matt,
I can imagine that so.
And it was
so
like really serious.
Vividly.
Yeah,
I can imagine it.
It was like really serious at the time, but like because I know him so well, I'm like when he did it, I was kind of like it just cracked
Matt
me up.
does
a little
everything
bit.
in such small but really like intense
Really
movements,
quick.
like the panning of the chest, everything. Like
That's a good point.
doesn't he?
Yeah.
It's quick.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Quick movement.
Very quick movement.
Yeah.
Classic.
That was really
classic
funny.
World too.
But,
that's incredible.
Yeah, we just kept tying. I mean, I think we went to like 3. I really don't even remember. It's crazy. My Halo knowledge is usually pretty good.
To be honest, that's a long time ago.
Yeah,
A
lot of game 5 a lot of game 5s have happened since then. Yeah, one of the best. I mean, I think it's literally. I think there's a YouTube video of it about like the best game 5 ever played or something like that.
Did you close it out?
Yeah, we won.
What was that? What's that feeling? Do you remember that specific feeling of like relief? Like, holy smoke.
Yeah, I did.
Could you imagine going through all of that to lose?
Yeah. We had to like clutch up like big time. There was like, I think we would have lost like 2 of the replays too. Like Matt hit like, I know one of them, Matt hit like a crazy snipe Arcanum challenge for just no reason at all. And I remember like screaming to Matt, like he was, we're playing Sanctuary. Matt was like pushed up to the carbine. I had died. I think I died to someone at blue base, and like or maybe I died to Arcanum. I can't remember, but I remember like screaming to Matt because everyone else was hiding. But I saw Arcanum and he was like had his gun out. So I said, "We need to kill the guy red." And Matt just quickly turned and killed him. And it was
I'm guessing you probably challenged because probably in their mind they're like, got to make something happen. Like
well, they were winning.
If we're risking it, we risk it.
But they were winning with like 2 seconds left. So from that point of view, it's like
what?
Yeah, no, it was like a really bad challenge. Like you
literally would have lost without that.
We were down 1 kill with like 3 seconds left. They were all hiding. I think in his point of view.
Wait, so was that another replay or did you win?
That was to make it go to another replay.
Yeah, okay.
But I think from his point of view, probably why he did that was because we were pushing their base and he was behind us. So honestly, it would have been better. Like if it was me, I'd been like, hey, you guys are on your own. You know what I mean? But from his point of view, he might've been trying to like help his team get us weak. But luckily we made the call to Matt to turn around. But yeah, that was a wild ride. It was just relief. That's all. It felt great winning, but it was just pure.
I might honestly have to go back and watch it with you on the big screen tonight.
You could.
Sorry, everyone.
You can't stop with those headphones. 2 episodes in a row.
I'm a fidget. What can I say? Right. Lights and lights. Joshua.
Okay.
Love the name. His profile picture is a light bulb, to be fair. It's on brand.
All right.
Do you foresee 343 ever adding more collision on maps to allow for more creative movement and skill jumps?
This is a big thing going on in Halo right now because there's I don't know the person's name, so I do apologize, but there's someone who has gone into, I think you can go into Forge and do it because otherwise I don't know how the person's doing it, but they're turning like collision on and they're going and making all these like crazy jumps on the map. And like now it started this big debate in Halo of like, should this be a thing? It's been a thing in other Halos, and this one, it's like kind of not. I don't think they will. Like just short answer, I don't want to take up too much time. Short answer, I think they got a whole bunch of other stuff going on that they're trying to figure out, and I don't think they're gonna,
Yeah.
I think, and the issue with the collision thing, and I could be wrong too, is one of the reasons why I assume they wouldn't, is because of how bad desync is. I don't know if adding something like I don't know if this could have any impact, but I imagine adding something like that might just cause more of an issue to their already problem. Yeah.
I agree. And I think especially with, hey, it's not like it's a bad thing to add. I get it, like with the creativity, etc.
There's a big debate about it.
There is a big debate.
Yeah.
But what I will say is the fact that jumps earlier on in Halo Infinite were basically removed because it was felt like the maps were being taken advantage of and the gameplay wasn't being utilized the way that the developers wanted.
They added it back, but
they did add it back after obviously a massive uproar. But I'm just saying the fact that that was the mindset around even just that probably makes it seem like that's not going to happen anytime soon. But you never know. We'll see the debate, see what happens.
Never know.
Yeah, exactly. Nightclub 20XX. Top 3 controllers you see pros use. Scuff.
Yeah.
Battle Beaver.
Shout out Scuff.
Yeah.
Sponsored by Scuff.
Scuff.
Not an ad, but we are sponsored by Scuff.
What, Phaser?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They are.
Not an ad
they
on
are
this
also
channel,
the most.
but sponsored by Scuff.
They're probably the most used controller
100%.
too. I would say Scuff, Battle Beaver. I really don't know what a third one would be.
Xbox.
No, I'm
Classic
trying to think.
Xbox controller.
I don't know. I'm trying to think what a third one would be. I really don't know. There's a couple of different controllers floating around.
Thrustmaster is what you've used.
I've used that in the
before.
past, like the Power A controller. There's one with like, is it called a Gambit? Or do I have chess on my mind? Because chess is in Gambit too.
No,
Gambit?
I think I've seen
No,
Gambit or something before. Yeah,
The third one is really.
that
I
one's
really,
a little bit touch and go.
Scuff.
Battle
Battle
Beaver.
Beaver. Those are the two big ones. Third one is kind of like, I just think it's up for grabs for the most part in terms of the market.
Xbox default.
Yeah, it is used a lot. I mean,
It is.
Sure. I use that for a long, like through.
I use it
Well, you don't use
with
it
the paddles.
You don't use it anymore.
Why? What do I use?
We bought you a Power A controller.
Oh, that's a Power A.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Power A.
They were in Target.
Target.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because I needed paddles on the back of
Yeah,
my
a
thing.
lot
So I was
need-
telling you
lot
about
needed a
me
paddle.
crouching, and my new journey of crouching while shooting is going.
I still got to go to the pit
Okay.
and look up in the air and just look.
Huh?
I still got to go to the pit and
I
look
know,
up
you
in the
still
air. I
do.
didn't
You
get a
need to do
chance to
that
do that
today.
yet.
Avenue Doomslayer. I think AVE might mean Avenue
Yeah.
in this.
Yeah,
so,
yeah. It's
so
okay.
Avenue
You
Doomslayer.
just say Av.
Yeah. What's the biggest distraction on stage? Either setting up or during the series. What is the biggest distraction on stage?
Biggest distraction on stage.
Setting up or during the series. Is there any distraction for you anymore? I'll tell you something. In London, it was definitely me.
It was you.
I'll tell you that.
It was you.
Maybe not anymore because we're like, 5 years deep?
Yeah.
But it definitely was in London.
I still look over to you all the time.
I know.
Yeah.
I look over to you all the time too.
We can't really see each other because of the lights.
No, I can see. I got
can't
20/20
see.
vision.
I can't see. I know you're where
Like
you
there,
are,
yeah.
but yeah. Biggest distraction. I don't really get distracted that much. If I had to pick one that I would say, it'd be people walking around on the stage, especially like on like a, especially
admins?
on like especially on like a side station or like a featured station kind of thing. You know what? That's an easy answer. Is like when we're on the featured station and like a team wins and they're all walking around. That I would say that is a little bit of a distraction for sure. I'd say that's probably one of the biggest that you can.
I have a
go through.
question.
Yeah.
With that in mind, though, what about like sometimes I think this every time like I see you guys on the screen. What about like cameras and stuff being really like when you're playing, like you have like a
I don't know.
photographer
I
and
don't
stuff.
know.
Obviously, like
know.
shout out to the photographers, they get the sickest pics.
Yeah.
But they are like right there, like
I
where your
don't-
monitor is.
Yeah.
Like they are right there. You just don't notice them at all.
No, I don't
See
know.
that? See that is so good from you because I'd be like who, like you know what I mean? I'd see movement and be
not
like,
when I'm
oh,
playing.
yeah, that's
Maybe
amazing.
like out of plan. Like if I'm like just sat there, like for sure. But
What about when you're in between maps and like often we see your face? I'm not joking,
Yeah.
like you especially. Often up on the big screen.
weird flex. I'm just
Weird
kidding.
flags. We see your face often because you're always talking to the
Yeah,
team
yeah.
and you're sat back, but we'll see you
Okay.
like talking. Do you notice that a camera's on your face at that point in time?
Not often. Like sometimes, but not often.
Don't let it distract you now, but I'm just saying.
No, I mean I've dealt with it my whole life. Like it's just like weird flex.
It's
Again,
interesting.
weird flex again. But I've been playing a long time that it just isn't really.
I like this question.
You know the thing is with it too is that like they might be there, but like something that I've learned over time is like they're not always necessarily on you. Like they're on you, but like it's not.
To the
You're
point
not
where you
actually
can't
on
tell.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like you're not like just because someone has a camera pointer, it doesn't mean you're like on the big screen.
Mm-hmm.
So like from my point of view, it's like you don't know when you are, when you aren't. So like, what's the point of caring? Do you have one?
True.
Do you have an answer for that question?
For me?
Yeah, biggest distraction. If you have one, I mean, I don't know.
Biggest distraction when people come up to the desk and ask me to get the whole of the topic to sign a poster. Well, I'm trying to watch
throwback.
a series.
Throwback to a previous
No.
pod. Anything? You're just locked.
I'm pretty much locked the entire time. I think the only distraction would be sometimes if people are like throwing stuff up behind me.
Yeah.
So
Like
like
signs and stuff like that.
or
Yeah.
plushies or to be fair, I did not notice somebody doing a backflip in Arlington. So
Wait, what?
yeah,
What?
someone did a backflip behind me.
Really?
Yes, on my Twitter. Someone
You know
did
what's great? You know, it's
Queen Stank actually got the footage of it and tweeted it
Yeah.
at me 'cause somebody literally did a backflip.
I saw someone do that at Worlds. It was like OpTic like won a map or something. Like
It might have been that. I mean, they were at
someone-
Arlington. It might be the same guy.
Yeah, someone like did backflip, and I was like, damn.
Damn, so sick.
I was like, that's sick. But then I'll also like, imagine
you didn't land it.
Yeah, that'd be, ooh. Yeah. Oh God. That's aggressive. Like, that's aggressive. It doesn't have to be that. It could be I just didn't land it. Like
it's gone.
Be careful doing backflips.
Please be very careful doing backflips, everyone behind me. But yes.
Stop with the headphone.
Sorry.
I can hear it so loud.
I'm so sorry.
Hopefully they don't. But
no, I checked the podcast last time. Fern did a great job
cutting that
out.
You guys are lucky. Fernandez.
We don't deserve him. Yeah, it's got to be just throwing stuff up behind me. I have 4 monitors in front of me usually, and they basically tell me where the camera is at the time, so I can look at you guys while I'm talking to you. So either on my single, on the wide, or on the casters, and that's where I see. I don't see it because it's behind me. I see it in my previews. So I'm like always distracted. I'm like, what is going on?
I need to gas you up for a second here, as I almost just died.
What, with the burp?
No, I just felt, you know, when you're like talking, you feel something in your throat out of nowhere. Like, no, okay, because so one of the things that obviously this is part of your career, so obviously it's just one of the things you deal with. You notice it, but you don't think anything of it. A lot of times when Lot is hosting, you know, and this goes for probably a lot of broadcasting talent in general, but like people are talking in your ear. I do not know how you Lot will be mid-sentence, and like obviously they have producers in their ear like talking about the show and saying what needs to happen and this and that. And the first time I ever attended an event, like it wasn't a Halo event, I think it was a Call of Duty event that I went to, and I saw it all kind of happening, and like it would cut the camera and you would quickly talk to someone else while also listening to what the analyst is saying.
Yeah, you can see what's happening off of camera.
I was like, damn.
Yeah, so like what he's referring to, just to explain it a bit better, casters don't tend to have it.
No,
casters won't have it.
It's mainly,
but it's mainly me. So somebody will be talking in my ear.
Maybe like the desk, like the analyst will have it.
So for example, I have like buttons underneath my desk, and the one button is a cough button. So if I need to cough or sneeze, I'll hold that and I'll do it, and it won't pick up in the mics.
What about a burp?
Same thing with a burp. Exactly. I mean, you wouldn't believe how many times all of 3 of us are like doing some stuff up there. Like, you know, we're human. You know what I mean? We're human.
We're
up there like 12 hours, you know, so we have the odd burp or cough or sneeze. And so like we had the cough button, and then the next button is my producer button. So when I press that button, it will mute for you guys on the stream, but it will go straight to my producer. My producer will be able to hear me only. So that is huge for my job. My role requires that. That button is so important to me to be able to do what I do. So I'll be getting traffic in my ear, and traffic means like instructions. Like somebody will be talking or I'll be talking. And as I'm talking, my producer will say, okay, Lottie, we're going to head to break in about 2 minutes. You have about 2 minutes to wrap things up. So in my head, I'm thinking, okay, cool. So I'll continue talking.
Mid-sentence.
Yeah. So I'll continue talking, and then I'll have, say I want to ask a question about it. Maybe I didn't hear it very clearly and I wasn't sure what the timing was on that. I'll then throw that question over to Wes or whoever, and I'll say, really interesting series there, Wes, like blah, blah, blah. Like break this down for me, whatever. As soon as he starts talking and I see in my preview that it's gone to his single, I'll then press my button and start talking to my producer while also simultaneously listening to what he's saying, so I can actually answer when he comes back to me and give the information like, hey, I didn't hear what you just said. Could you please repeat that? Do we have break in 2 minutes?
That is just wild.
And that and you'll see it's funny actually. My Wes is, and actually the third as well, but Wes is fantastic at it. He'll see if there's a problem, and my producer said in my ear, hey, we have a problem on stage. Like while I'm talking, we have a problem on stage with audio, need you to fill for 15 minutes or whatever it is. Like Wes will see that I'm having a conversation about whatever, something is going wrong. He'll know that something is going wrong. He can see it in my face. He can see that I'm not quite paying attention to him fully. And he'll continue his sentence. Like if you see Wes waffling sometimes, it's because he's helping me out, because I'm having a full conversation with my producer off camera to make sure I know, and I'm setting him up and us up in the next segment to be able to do what my producer needs from us. It is such a moving part that people don't realize, and that's a good thing you don't realize, because that's
you're not meant to know.
You're not meant to know.
Yeah, but
now you know.
That's crazy to me. I can't
some people say some awful things to me, and they're like, you just read off a script. I'm like, first of all,
there's no script.
There is no script, and second of all, absolutely not. It's weirdly from me being one of the most disorganized humans my parents have ever seen, 100%. to now being somebody who has to organize an entire broadcast with my producer, obviously, who's the lead organizer. But having to do that, it is really difficult to desk host at times. Very difficult.
Yeah. I mean, I told you I couldn't do it. I don't know how you, I can hardly.
I love it. I can
hardly
love it.
form a sentence, let alone while someone is also talking in my ear, telling me what I'm going to do in the next, X, Y, Z. I just...
Yeah, it's more like for my producer, she's amazing. Crystal, massive shout out to Crystal. She has to deal with a lot of stuff and she's really, really good. But for us, it's more like she'll give me instruction on like where we're going next, or like, hey, I don't have that graphic right now, or this is broken, or replay is broken, we're not going to this replay. It's like constant moving parts like that. And, if we're having a delay on stage, which is normal for LANs, we do have delays, we do have problems. It's to let me know that, and then we'll head to another segment, or I'll think, okay, I actually have something planned for both of these teams. We can discuss this part of it. Yeah. And, a lot of the time people are like, start the game. I'm like, you do know that we would start the game if, there is no game to start right now. Like we would, if we could. We're giving you some entertainment. We're telling you some really important information that might make this game a little bit more interesting.
Can the caster stop talking?
Bear with us. I mean, it's
incredible.
It's a lot that, I will always stand up for production and for what we do, because a lot of people think that, that we're not needed. I've seen a lot of like debates recently that talent are not needed, and I couldn't disagree more. I mean, obviously it's easy for me to say that because it's my job, but I just can't really imagine like what it would look like and how unsmooth it would really honestly be. It'd be so janky without what we do, and especially casters as well. Like, casters can be some of the most incredible addition to gameplay, I personally think. So I don't know. That's my take on it. Anyway, that was so off topic, but whatever.
That wasn't really off topic.
Yeah, I suppose distractions. I suppose same type of thing. Joshua asks, what is the single best feeling for when you're at LAN? Or to be more specific, when are you both happiest during a LAN?
For me, gotta be end of the day. Milkshake order.
I knew that was coming.
At the door. Feet are up. I mean, I'm going to bed. That's probably. I'm not joking when I say that. That's probably the best feeling. Because the rest of it's work. Like, and it's a great feeling going to the event, and it's fun. But I've said this before. You guys know me. You know me very well. I enjoy it, but I wouldn't call it like it's an enjoyment. It's not necessarily fun. Like I really do enjoy like some of the times when
it's stressful too.
Yeah, exactly. It's stressful, and it's, I got to perform and, whatever. But, I'd say like the most enjoyment I have is just the being able to travel with you. It's a big one, obviously. But like, if we're actually talking about like at the event, whether either that or like hanging out with, just seeing some people and it not necessarily being Halo related, but I'm not good at that. So,
I would say for me, it would be Friday. It would be Friday.
Very specific.
Yeah, I know.
Is there a reason? Is there a reason that you're
11:45 a.m. It's Friday, and it's just before my first segment, and we are on the desk and we're fist bumping and we're getting hype for the show, and it's been a couple of weeks since we've been doing it, and we've been preparing for weeks for it, and it just feels good that everything falls into place for us as a broadcast team. And the first segment on a Friday usually is extremely smooth. It's something that we've gone over time and time and time again to make sure it's nice and quick and snappy, and we get into game really fast, but we give great information about the tournament as a whole, the weekend, and then the first matchup. And for me, that level of like organization and fun and excitement with my colleagues is great. I just love it. Like, I love that first kind of like start. It makes me so happy. And if it goes really smoothly and really well, it really sets the tone for me for the whole weekend in terms of what I'm doing as a job. So I love that. And then my second answer to that question is an obvious one, again, is obviously when you do really well. I think not just about winning, but when you personally do well as well. The pride I feel when you win or do well or have a great series or just show everyone what you can do, because biased, I obviously think you're incredible, but I do feel like that has now been backed up pretty obviously that you are incredible. So when that, when I realized actually it's not a biased thing for me, it's actually you are incredible. it just makes me feel so proud. So apart from my work part, the personal part is your success with whatever it is. I just love it. It makes me feel awesome. I'm very emotional, unfortunately. It does make me feel very emotional, which I have to really nip in the bud quick. You do a great job. Very quick on the desk.
You do a great job.
That's gotta be it for me.
I'm just thinking, like, end of the day, right? We haven't seen each other all day now.
No, I know. Well,
milkshakes are ordered.
I know yours is milkshakes. I'm not going to take up like the same thing. No, I know. I know the vibes. I know. I love that vibes. You know this. I'm giggling the whole time when you're drinking your milkshakes with Shurs. You can't not include Shurs in this as well.
You were there as well.
I am there, but you know, I know. But you can't not include Shurs in this milkshake endeavor because he is a massive part of that routine.
Not to be fair.
Shout out to Shurs. Shout out to Shurs. He won, baby.
I put the whole talent on the milkshake gang.
We actually had.
Have I not?
Sunday night.
Milkshakes were ordered. We had the best time. Whose room is it? Shurzy's room. Yeah,
all of us in Shurzy's room.
They give him the biggest suite.
Shoes off, socks on. We're not that gross.
They give him the biggest suite, don't they?
They gave him the biggest suite, that Irish son of a gun.
No, just joking.
And I think he had a balcony.
That was the Dallas event, and he did have
a balcony at the Dallas event. It was sick. Just all of us chilling, laughing so hard, like my abs hurt. It was brilliant. Actually, one night we also watched Austin Powers as a whole squad too. Just really great vibes. So vibes. You're right. There's many times throughout LAN.
I was only joking about that. I just wanted to say the thing about the milkshakes again.
I know you love your milkshakes.
But I do say this. I get really exhausted.
Oh, he's
by the time,
shattered. I know.
Yeah, and I really, I obviously I include Shurs in it, but I really like when the day is done. The day's done, and it's like just kick your feet up and. Now you're going to relax.
Just trying to make sure that I've hit everyone. This might be a little bit more of a longer episode. A little bit more. What? That's not English.
A little bit more of a longer episode.
What a terrible sentence.
That's English.
No, not really. Not good enough.
Not good enough.
A little bit of a longer episode. Still, again, not English either. I'm going to check on your...
I think we're pretty much good. I don't think I got anything.
I think we are.
I don't think I had anything.
I'm just checking on yours. Because there's 3 comments on yours. Yeah, no, there's loads.
Oh. Was there 3?
Okay, I'm not gonna do that one because that's a really long one.
Okay, where's the 3?
Oh, this is a good one.
Did you answer that?
Oh, there's 2 really good ones from Savina. Yes. Sorry, my multitasking was turned off. My producer was turned off.
You said there's a lot. You said you have 3 comments, and you said, oh, there's actually a lot. I said, was there 3? And you just didn't.
Yeah, no, there's 3.
Okay.
Which is quite a lot. All right. Quick fire answers. Shut up. I'm tired.
Remember the thing I said about you being able to multitask so well?
Listen, I have to turn that off.
You're in chill mode right now.
I'm in chill mode. That I only have a certain amount of fuel in the tank for that type of thing, and that comes. You okay?
Yeah, sorry.
At the event, your shin all right?
It wasn't. It was a chair.
It was just a chair. Me. Yeah. Savino asks, what kind of content do you think Halo needs to be more popular? I actually really like that question. What do you think, babes? What kind of content do you think Halo needs to be more popular? Good game?
Probably.
Good servers, good gameplay?
No, probably.
What do you think?
I mean, 2 easy answers. They need a battle royale, probably at some point. They don't necessarily need it, but it probably at this point would help. And then the other thing is really, I just think that, and again, you don't have to say anything negative here. I could be the one that's a little bit pessimistic. They just needed to put out a good game, and a game that works, and a game that's functioning and everything. The game is an incredible game. I like Infinite overall. It just is still kind of in that beta phase where it just doesn't necessarily feel real all the times. And I think that's a big thing a big issue that people have. A battle royale is easy for the content. But I will back some people up when they say you don't need a battle royale, because at the start of the game, you had 250,000 people playing. I think that was on Steam alone. I could be wrong, but I think that was on Steam alone. And it's like, it just shows that like, if the game was incredible and the game worked and the game functioned, are you going to keep that gigantic of a population? Maybe not. With how many games there are now, I think it's really hard to keep that big of a population. But it just shows that people love Halo. People want Halo to succeed. And if you release something that is incredible and people enjoy, it's going to be there. And the issue with Infinite was obviously some of those parts were missing.
I actually love the answer from you. I love that answer. And because we are way over the initial time that we want, I am going to end on one question. Because otherwise we haven't answered all of them. Okay. We would have answered all of them if we end on this question. We're already over, so we may as well. We're over for this episode, but it's because it's a Q&A episode. Last question, which I think is a good one, especially before LAN. Are you still having the time of your life being a pro Halo player? And where do you see yourself in 5 years with that part in mind?
With the pro player?
Yeah. Like goals, ambitions.
Yeah. I mean, having time in my life, yes. I love my life personally and professionally. So, I mean, I can't be happier. You know, there's parts that you wish were different in terms of like the game. But I still feel super fortunate. I still have fun. I still really enjoy it. So definitely have the same feeling in terms of competing. A little bit different as you get older. You know, it's just not necessarily the same. We've talked about that on previous podcasts. See myself in 5 years. I don't know. I really, if I want to continue to compete, if that's an option for me, knock on wood for me, if you're listening, I think I'm going to be able to compete in 5 years if I do choose so. So it could be competing, could be streaming, could be broadcasting, could be game development, could be, you know, the possibility. I don't really know. Could be, I've said it before, it could be nothing to do with gaming at all. And I think that's the crazy part about life is you don't really know until you get there. Right now I'm focused on competing, still enjoy it, still have the drive to win. So just going to do that until I don't anymore. And then I'm going to figure it out.
Well, I think you could do anything you put your mind to, personally.
Thanks, baby.
That's just my take on it. But yeah, amazing stuff. We actually appreciate you guys so much for,
we love you, honestly,
taking the time to write those questions and topics for us so that we could answer those for you. And we have a blast, you know, discussing all of this. So thank you so much. And it is time to rate the coffee. So
7.
Even a 7.
0.5.
Oh God, he's gone low.
7.5.
Gone low this week.
I was thinking about an 8 because it was really good.
I mean, I got to say the notes are pretty on point for me.
It was
Sweet
really
citrus.
It was really good. I feel like a 7.5 is high.
He goes 7.5. It was really good. An 8.
No, I said 7.5. I was gonna go 8.
Right. Sorry.
But
so you went 7.5. You kicked it down for what?
I kicked it down.
For what?
It's probably my own, like, you know, it's just my own making here.
Yeah.
I kicked it down because I feel like I rate everything really high.
You're feeling a little bit like, you're feeling a bit self-conscious, like that you're rating things high.
Yes, but here's why.
So this
coffee
suffers.
is delicious.
Yeah.
It's hard to not rate it high.
Yeah. I would say I'm going to give this an 8.4.
That's fair.
I give this an 8.4. I really enjoyed it. I think the notes are really true to it. I think we've yet to maybe drink it in the best way. I'd love to try this with some frothed milk, maybe in a cappuccino form or something. I just think
delicious.
the way that we drank this might not have been the best way we could have done it, and maybe tweak some grinds and stuff for it as well.
Very quick, wasn't it?
It was a quick one. But I will say, great bag. I'm just going to smell it. Oh, it's here. Yeah, it smells really good. Like really nice.
Yeah.
Really great scent from it. So yeah. And I just like, I do like the minimal packaging. And also $16 for a very big bag. Not bad.
No,
not bad at all.
It was not bad.
Not bad at all. No. But there we go, folks. There you have it. I hope you guys really do enjoy the Space Station Gaming LAN that is coming up in Utah and Salt Lake City. We'll see you guys there. Hopefully you're tuning into the broadcast. Is that actually a thing?
Oh yeah. Got to be careful of bears.
Oh no, I'm actually scared of bears.
No, I saw a thing though. Like we're not in the mountains, so like we're probably good.
Oh, thank God for that.
But like mountain lions and bears are like a thing out there.
Mountain lions as well.
Yeah. So be careful.
Wow.
I ain't wandering around for a coffee. I'm going to tell Bro.
I didn't realize that our security system would be potential zookeepers with some trank guns.
Okay.
All right.
All
right, guys. We love you so much. Thank you so much for tuning in. We hope you guys have a wonderful rest of the week. See you at the LAN. We love you. And as always,
stay on the grind.